let's talk for a second about World Superbike.
Right, because I think World Superbike is arguably better racing. It's fewer races, but they also lost their kind of crown jewel, their superstar.
Toprak.
Toprak's gone. And so what's going to happen in World Superbike without their character?
What's interesting in World Superbike is two main things. Is the new Ducati V4R came out. So that's the new dual-sided swing arm with the little side pods on the fairing and some of the little enhancements. That came out, and that thing is supposed to be just an absolute weapon.
Right.
It looks insane.
It does indeed, yeah.
A little bit more about that in a second. But the other thing is on the BMW, you now have Miguel Oliveira and you have Danilo Petrucci on the BMW.
Unbelievably talented riders.
I mean, Miguel Oliveira, I think, is a little underrated because he had such a rough season, his last season in GP. He's won multiple MotoGP races.
I would agree. I could see Oliveira showing up and just like cleaning house, especially with the absence of Toprak.
Yeah, he should be a pretty good benchmark competitive-wise. Now, the real question is, was it Toprak that made the BMW look good, or is the BMW actually good at World Superbike level?
You could go both sides on that because I've heard both arguments. Right?
Well, I mean, when he won it the last two seasons, none of the other BMW riders were close, frankly.
That's why I think it's him, not the bike, to be honest with you.
And I would agree. I think he wasn't just the difference maker. He elevated the whole program.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but let's see. Can Danilo Petrucci and Miguel Oliveira do the same thing? I don't know. But I think they're a very good benchmark for what is that bike really capable of doing.
Here's my worry about World Superbike, and tell me what you think about this, is that back in my day, when I was a kid, World Superbike was effectively, they were homologated bikes, right? That they were 750s mostly at the same time, like the YZF 750, YZF for our international view. But anymore, the Ducati and BMW are really the only ones building superbikes. The Kawasaki is pretty close, but like the R1 is kind of ancient. The Honda's almost a back marker, right?
Yeah.
And so like, what's going on with World Superbike? Because and now like it's starting to conflict on lap times with MotoGP. MotoGP is going to go to smaller bikes. Should World Superbike also go to like the superbikes that are actually being built, which aren't like, instead of super sport and superbike, we just go to what's actually being made,
like the middleweights.
Yeah, like the R9, right? Yeah. Like or the KTM, the RC 990, yeah, which is like that seems to be where the superbikes are now. And so I feel like World Superbike might be in a little bit of an identity crisis, and it's less appealing for me to watch because it's not the motorcycle that I can buy.
Yep,
I can't afford a Panigale Wally
V4R.
$60,000 thing. I may as well go buy a Porsche GT3 RS.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. They're a bit of it feels like kind of a crossroads coming soon. They're going to have to do something because with GP going to 850s and with the more limited aero, no ride height devices and so forth, they're going to be fairly on par with World Superbike in terms of power. It's probably going to be in the like 250-ish range.
And we should also mention before, like without cutting you off, is that World Superbike has much more advanced electronics than MotoGP.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like World Superbike doesn't have a spec ECU like GP does. How they control it is it's basically claiming rules. So you can put whatever electronics system you want on the bike, but another team gets to buy it from you, no questions asked, for a certain dollar figure. And I don't know what that number is, but let's say it's 40 grand or whatever. So it's not in your interest to put $1 million electronic suite on your bike because I'm just going to buy it from you for nothing.
And then I'm going to reverse engineering and I'm racing your system.
So that's kind of how they sort of cap it. Now, that's even with those rules, they're building stuff that's way crazier than what GP even gets to build in terms of sensors and algorithms and whatnot. So yeah, they're arguably a more advanced electronics package for sure. But yeah, they're going to be, because if you think about the new rules they're estimating like 2.5 seconds slower on GP bikes.
Right.
That's going to put them dead in line with World Superbike at a lot of tracks.
Right. Now, to be fair, like World Superbike, shorter races, softer tires, blah, blah, blah. But like they're going to be on the same tires pretty soon.
No. What's interesting is as the same year GP switches to Pirelli, World Superbike switches to Michelin.
Oh, I was not aware of that. Okay.
But I mean, think of there is no way to get better Michelin tires. This is like a woman's scorn, right? Like Michelin is going to go hell or high water. We are making faster tires than Pirelli made in World Superbike.
Oh, I kind of hope so.
Going all in.
We all benefit when that happens.
Oh yeah, the chip on Michelin's shoulder coming into the 27 season is going to be massive.
Oh, that's good for us.
So yeah, they're throwing everything at it. They're gonna have to. So anyway, that will be interesting to see. But it still stands to your point. What is Dorna going to do to try to they got to do something.
Yeah. And it's confusing because there's 2 world championships.
My vote would be that they basically just across the board bring it from super bike spec down to more like a super stock.
Okay. All right.
Just knock the electronics down, knock the performance down, knock everything down enough to also make the bikes cheaper, but make it more attainable so more teams can go participate.
Oh, I like that idea.
So BSB does this great thing on their superbike level. I think it's still the rule. I haven't watched BSB for a few years, but they basically ran an electronic system that had no TC. It had no wheelie control. It had very limited everything. I think you could do some engine braking mapping, but that was it. It made the racing fantastic. The top riders were still the top riders. But you basically had to build a bike now that was very rideable. So it had to be easy to deal with, easy to manage. You couldn't just go for chasing horsepower because if this thing's going to throw guys in the weeds all the time, it's no good, right? So I think that was a great little experiment that BSB has done that showed hey, it's actually possible to lower the electronic intervention.
And BSB racing is...
Oh, it's so good.
It's excellent.
Yeah, it's so good.
And it turns out really high quality riders.
Yeah, those are great guys. So anyway, that's what I would love. I'd love it if they just brought the whole level down and it wasn't quite so unobtanium and it was a bit more realistic.
I would really like it too if when I watch World Superbike, it's a motorcycle that might be parked in my garage. Right?
More attainably, right? For sure.
Yeah. That's why the whole the R9 idea is appealing because I'm never going to ride a MotoGP bike, right? I got to spend some time on a Desmo Sedici eons ago with the carbon brakes and it was terrifying. Mm-hmm. But that's a unique situation. For the rest of us, a MotoGP bike is looking at a Formula One car.
It's nothing and
if we did, we'd suck anyway. We'd stall it coming out of the garage. But World Superbike should be something that I should
be able to picture.
And I should myself doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that would be my hope. Now,